Hello, my name is Elizabeth Tanner, and I'm going to be giving you the basics of Google Classroom. This is a great tool to use with students. You need to have a Google account assigned to your school, otherwise you can't access it. But as soon as you sign up, you will come to your home screen, and all your classes that you have created will appear here, and you can click on each one to do different things. Before we do that, I'm just going to show you how to add a class. You simply come up here to the icon that looks like a plus sign, and it says create or join a class, and click on it and create a class. You can name it whatever you want. I like to do the hour and the topic, so this one's just going to be test class hour 1. You can do the sections here, tell me the subject and the room, but I just like putting it all in the first line. It's up to you how you want to do it. Once you have it, you can hit create. It takes a few moments, depending on your internet connection, less or more time than others. Okay. Once you get your test class or whichever class you want, at the top of your screen you have 3 different icons. The first one is your stream. This shows you everything that you have added to your content for that class. So announcements, classwork. It tells you when something is coming up. To add work, you go over here to classwork and you click the button create. Assignments are things that you can assign directly to the Google Classroom. Typically, I attach a Google document for them to work on as like a worksheet, but you can just assign an assignment directly there. You can click on question, and this will be a simple back and forth communication between the students. So what is your favorite class and why? And then they can type in their answers and respond to others in the same thread under that question. Materials are things that you want the kids to interact with, but not necessarily an assignment that they need to do. So like the syllabus or letting them know when a rubric for something. The thing that you're going to use the most is the reuse post. So let's create an assignment. And then you would type in the assignment here. So test class questions. Instructions can be blank or you can add it in. Complete each question. You can assign how many points you want. This is really nice because if you have the correct system for your grades, you can export anything from Google Classroom directly to your gradebook. So typically my assignments are 10 points. You can tell me when it's due just by clicking down and going to whichever date you want. Have it due tomorrow. You can say at midnight. This is really important, your topic. It helps in your stream and your classwork, lets kids know where the work is. So like first assignment or getting to know you. Okay, and then you can either hit assign or the drop down to schedule if you don't want to add anything. Just make sure that if you are adding something that it's things that your students can view and work with. So if you want them to work on an assignment, make sure it's a Google Doc. Google Classroom doesn't really like anything that isn't Google itself. It will work, but it's tricky. YouTube videos are great for when they're at home, but a lot of schools block them, so just be aware of that. Links to anything that you want their kids to do on a website, and then like pictures or whatever. So typically I do schedule because as soon as you assign it, it's going to ding, and that might be annoying if you have one-to-one in your class. So it might be your plan period and you're working on creating assignments, but then it could be someone else's class and you're interrupting it. So schedule, and we'll do it for tomorrow at 8 a.m. Okay. If you've done it once, you can always come down here and click on the reuse post, and then you can select the class that you want to reuse. So say I want to use something from my second hour language arts class, I could just click on it, pick the assignment I want. So like here are questions that the kids answer back and forth like in a thread. Here is a document that I just wanted them to read. And here are work that they actually have to do. So I'm just going to do how is peak shown or receive gratitude. And then you just simply hit reuse, and all of that information that I just showed you pops up already done for you. You just have to select when you want to do, decide if you want kids to reply to each other, and if they can edit their answer once they've submitted it. So you can ask or schedule, or I'm just going to throw it away. The thing that most people don't know when working with it is when you click on the people, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to go to one of my classes. But you can click on people and say, I want to send an email to that kid. I can just click on it and it will send it directly to them. The best thing that I've learned though is if you come to this website, so it's coolsymbol.com up here in the URL. If you use that website, you can type in whatever you want right here. I've already done it pre this video. And then you can pick which font you want and then just copy it. And then go back to Google Classroom. And I'm going to go back to my test because I don't want this online. And then when you hit here, this is just an announcement, but you can paste it and it will do what you had here. So like I have the bubbles, and then hit return, and then paste, oops. And that's the only way that you can change the font in Google Classroom. If you just go and type, that's the only thing that it will show up, that size, that font. So if you want to distinguish between your assignments or your announcements, you need to go to this website, coolsymbol.com, type in whatever you want here. These are the standards that I am showing for this video, and then pick whichever one you want. It's limited, but it's not limited to one. So Google Classroom will only let you type whatever font is here. If you copy and paste from Google Documents or Word, it's still going to give you this font down here. If you want one of the other views, you have to use this one. And if you ask Google, they're going to say that you can't change the font, but this is a nice little hack so you can do that. So like I have the extra credit here, I have what they can do for their extra credit, and AB, a different font, and then just letting them know in a third font. It's helpful. If you don't use that, here's another one that looks different, but otherwise they all look like this. And so if you want to distinguish between an assignment, which you have your clipboard icon, your document for reference has a little bookmark, and then questions and threads have the question mark. If to help kids know the difference, going to that website, typing it in, it will help them see that difference a lot better. If you go to people and you click on a kid, you can see all of their assignments. I don't follow the turn-in and assignment that well because it's not exactly compatible with the gradebook that I use. So this is simply for the kids to know, yes, they've done it, no, they haven't done it, this is due, why aren't you working on it? But it's nice to be able to look at each kid. Any time that your kids turn in something, it's going to say in your account, whatever account you have, Google Classroom, hey, use this. You have an assignment to grade. So that's nice. And if a kid does multiple ones, you can click on multiple assignments in that. Or if you just want to look at turned in, you can click here and just look at the assignments that are ready to be graded. Or hey, something's missing, you can get the list of missing. Again, some of these are just here for them to work on, and then they can turn in a physical copy, but everything for our class is here and they can choose. That is the Google Classroom in a nutshell. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, just let me know and I will do my best to answer them. Thanks.